For those of you that don't know me or that don't remember meeting me or seeing me at the meetings, I've been working with the Dental Society now for almost 5 years, I believe. I've been a certified financial planner for over 12. And the big news for me was I recently joined this new firm, Vantage Wealth, in July of 2020. So I'm pleased to say that the transition went smoothly and I'm up and running over there without any regrets. There are a couple things that I want to talk about real quickly. One is just to explain to you a little about, well, what firm did I join and where am I now? So this new firm that I joined, his name is Vantage. I became a partner there. They've been around since I think 2003, so they're by no means new. For those of you that understand our field at all, it's what's called a pure RIA, which is the most clean fiduciary relationship that exists. We offer investments on a fee-only basis only. There's no commissioned investments at all to try to eliminate conflicts of interest wherever possible. So I joined, even with 12 years, I'm still the most junior person on the team. I've joined people with tremendous amount of experience, and I have known them for over a decade socially and professionally. So it is a great group, and I'm really excited. Once we're able to meet people, I'd be happy to give you a tour. Many of you came to our old office, the old office I was at before, for the Shred-a-thon events or for a variety of other events that we held there. So the only discussion points that I want to get across. One of the reasons that I like making this move is I have a little bit more say in what we're able to invest in and the platforms we can use. And so one of the things that I am excited to announce is that I have a much larger offering around socially responsible investing, ESG investing. For any of you that are concerned about what your dollars are doing, we have some great options that can help make sure that what you are invested in is consistent with your values. So we can do fossil fuel free portfolios. We can do religious-based screens. We can do all sorts of, depending on your guidelines, gender diversity, social justice, human rights in general. So if that's of interest to you, I'm happy to have a conversation with how that would look. Schedule a time anytime. Another thing, because of the CARES Act and the response to COVID, the deadline to establish a pension plan and a 401k was extended a bit for 2020. So it is in fact not too late. It wouldn't have to be fully funded until October. So this is a brief window in time where you actually have additional options to set up some savings tools for your practice. With that in being said, I've had a number of times I've had conversations with people in regards to, well, what options exist? Well, most people are familiar with the 401k, and just round numbers, you can typically contribute about $55,000 or $60,000 a year pre-tax. And that's kind of the end of the conversation. But I've had a lot of success setting up defined benefit plans, which is more like a pension than a 401k. And then instead of being capped at 60K, you might be capped at 350,000. So if you're running a practice with a lot of free cash flow and you are doing what you can to have as much be pre-tax as possible, we should have a conversation to see if your practice is a good fit for it. But definitely have some time for 2020. December 31st is typically the deadline, and that is not the case this year. Number 3, if you already have a 401k and you've got a large amount of money that's set aside in there, and now you're thinking, how am I going to get this money out without paying tons and tons of taxes on it after I'm done practicing? Well, we have some strategies on how we can reduce the impact, the tax impact on those existing balances as well. So whether you're saving or whether you're thinking about distribution time, it's worth a conversation just to see if we may be able to help. Lastly, whatever you decide you think you should do, whatever you determine you should do, it should be part of a financial plan. Everybody that I'm bringing on, we're not making decisions in a silo. We're not just looking at the 401k or just looking at our practice or just looking at retirement income. We're looking at the whole picture holistically. And I would just encourage you, whether it's with me or with whatever advisor you are working with, make sure that you've done a plan. And it's not enough that there's just been some things jotted on a piece of paper. I believe that it requires a bit more time, a bit more thought, and you will not regret it. They're tremendously helpful for making decisions moving forward. So those are the 4 things. Socially responsible investing. Come to see me about the options. 401k versus defined benefit plan. Make sure you understand that you've got a delay. If you already have the plan and you're concerned about the tax obligation you've kind of created, let's talk about the options for that. And then lastly, make sure that whatever decisions you make, you're working from a plan. So I look forward to the next time I can see you all in person. So thank you so much for the time you've given me, and good luck with the rest of your year.